quick video on 3 fragrances that I have right here. These 3 fragrances are going to be concentrated or revolving around the scent of coconut. So over here, I purchased Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Beau Paradise Garden from Micro Perfumes. This is like a company that gives you not only samples, but they do give you like travel size fragrances like this one. And really inexpensive. I'm not going to go over price because that's a different story, a different video. Here we have Mont Blanc Explorer. This is another fragrance that came out not recently, but I think it was in 2023. This one is another fragrance that does smell like coconut, but even though on the actual note breakdown it doesn't say that it smells like coconut, to me it does smell like coconut. Last but not least, we have Issey Miyake. This is Fusion DEZ or DEZ. This is another fragrance that smells of coconut. So what are we doing here today? Well, first off, let's dig into Jean Paul Gaultier's Paradise Garden. This is really hard to come by, even at Micro Perfumes. As soon as I purchased this, it was sold out. I tried to grab another bottle, but it was just sold out. So really hard to find. $160 if you try to buy one on eBay. Everywhere else you just have to trade it. But for a Paradise Garden, compared to this one, which is $60, and this one when you could get around $40, I think the best buy will be over here, and I'll explain why. So let's go ahead and spray this on the tester. Yeah. And right off the bat, you get green and you get the coconut scent. Doesn't smell bad. It doesn't smell offensive. It smells really good. But there's something that this scent, that this fragrance reminds me of. And it's kind of like going back to Zanzibar. I don't know if you guys ever seen that video that I made. Whenever I tried Zanzibar the first time, it smelled really good. It smelled a little bit thick. This one though smells good, but it's light, it's fresh. The one thing that I didn't like about Zanzibar, it was that it reminded me of that sun lotion, that coconut sun lotion. And once you have that in your head, you cannot get that out. So I had to sell it. I sold it online and I don't regret it. This fragrance reminds me of that pine air freshener that you put on your car, that little pine tree, and it smells just like that. It also reminds me of like that fresh new car scent. And as soon as I had that in my head, now I can't get it out. And every time I smell it, it just ruins it for me. So I don't think that $160 is worth that. And I have it right here close to my nose. And, you know, although it smells good to me, and I keep saying this, to me, I don't think it's worth $160 to smell like a pine tree, the ones that you put on your car that have that coconut scent. So let's put that right here. Let's wait a couple minutes and see the dry down. Again, we have coconut, fig, salt on the Paradise Garden with green notes, aquatic, minty, gingerish. I don't get those, but I do get the aquatic coconut fig. So you do kind of smell that beach fragrance. All right, let's go now and talk about Mont Blanc Explorer Platinum. So now we're going to talk about Mont Blanc Explorer Platinum. Again, this is a fragrance that you could get for around $60 to $50. This is a really good fragrance, and I've been using the travel size of this, so that's why you could see this that is not like used at all, because I've been using the little baby bottle for Explorer Platinum, and you can see it right here. I took this whole thing off and I used the Mont Blanc logo to do some projects that I was doing, but this is the one I've been using. So I'm going to be spraying this one instead of this one because I haven't used this bottle, so I don't know if it's what's that called, macerated or whatever it's called. So let's go and give it a couple sprays. I'm going to do it off over here so it doesn't land on the table. So with Mont Blanc Explorer Platinum, you might think that you're going to get something that resembles Aventus Creed or anything like that, but no, this is like its own thing. It's aromatic, woody, ozonic. It has aquatic, and it has some of that, you know, beach vibe to it. I really like this one, and I'm not saying that I am biased towards it, but it's something that I've been using for a while. So on the notes, there's nothing mentioning coconut here, but you do have violet leaves, clary sage, and cedar wood. So when it dries down, it does come down to that woody fragrance. But everybody that I've been close to, that I've told them or asked, hey, what did this smell like? They say that it smells like coconut, that it reminds them of the beach. So it is a really good coconut fragrance. And I sprayed it again because I want to get that initial blast, that opening, and I like it. Smells really good. Is it better than Paradise Garden? Let me put these two side by side. So Paradise Garden still gives me that vibe of like fresh car scent, like coconut car freshener. But this one keeps its beach vibes. It keeps reminding me of the ocean and the coconuts. All right, so now we're going to talk about Fusion DEZ. This is not the extreme version. This is just the normal version. This one has woody, coconut, and then aquatic. So there's a theme right here going with aquatic, right? And coconut, except the Mont Blanc Explorer. A little bit of green in there, fresh and spicy, and citrus. So if you're familiar with the Issey Miyake line, you would remember the OG Issey Miyake, L'Eau d'Issey, and the recent one that came out that I like quite a lot, Solar Lavender. So you might remember those two and say, well, this fragrance is probably going to smell identical to those, but with coconut in it. And you'd be surprised to know that no, it has its own thing. So for a coconut fragrance, it's going to be more darker, it's going to be more woody, and it's going to be more masculine. One drawback to this fragrance that I will say right off the bat is that it doesn't last quite as long as does Platinum and the Paradise Garden. But for the price, if you have a travel size, you know, one of those refillable ones, you could decant this into that and re-up every so often. So the notes on the Issey Miyake is coconut, fig, nectar, and lemon. So quite similar to the Paradise Garden, but then where it kind of like sidetracks is where it goes into the rosemary, geranium, patchouli. So that is kind of like the difference. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go and spray it. This bottle compared to the other Issey Miyake fragrances, it's quite smooth. So you could get that wood. There is no L'Eau d'Issey DNA in here. You do get that coconut, but the coconut is, to me, and I'm saying this, to me, it's not like the center of attention here. You do get a little bit of that citrus, that lemon, and then that coconut kind of like blends in. And then you get that darkness from the wood. When it dries down, it smells really more, I wouldn't say powdery, but you could smell more of the wood than you can of the lemon. Patchouli, it's not really, I don't get much of it, but if you take a really huge whiff of it, you will smell it. I like it quite a lot, but to me, that whole like having to re-up every other hour, I would say every 3 or 4 hours, you're gonna have to re-up. You're gonna have to respray. Now, that is if you want to smell it on your body. Like if you want to like, you know, remember the fragrance. But people around you are probably gonna notice that you smell like coconut, because people are gonna notice it. So you might not notice it, but people around you might. All right, so I already gave you a quick explanation of these three. And out of the three, I'm going to say that to me, the one that is more worth it, price point wise, is going to be Mont Blanc Explorer. And the reason why is because it sits quite in between the price point of $160 if you were to buy second hand, or $40. So $60 kind of sits where I would feel comfortable paying for a fragrance that smells like coconut, but it lasts better and longer. Whereas this, it got ruined for me, because now to me, Paradise Garden smells like car freshener, like those coconut pine trees that you put on your car. Now, I'm not saying that they're bad. All three of these are, in my view, they are a 8.5, 9. So I would say 8.5, 9, 8.5. But to me, this one makes more sense. Secondly, I would go for Fusion d'Izet. Coconut is there. It's woody. It's a blend of two things that kind of makes sense with the citrus and the actual coconut. And it smells really, really unique in its own. Like I haven't really smelled anything like that. But the one drawback is the longevity. Now with silage and, you know, the bubble around you, I would say that this is more of a office fragrance where like people are not going to be bothered by it. Only those that are close to you, like a foot or two away. This one though, this will fill up a room, because I've been told so. Same thing with Jean Paul Gaultier. It might fill the room a little bit, not too much as compared to this one, but people will notice you. So final thoughts, if you want to go ahead and spend sub $100, go with the Mont Blanc Explorer. If you want to go on the cheaper route, go with the Fusion d'Izet. I heard the intense version of it smells good too, so you might want to go with that one if you want longevity. And if you just want to splurge out and smell like a fresh car that smells like coconut, go ahead and get the Jean Paul Gaultier Le Beau Paradise Garden. And like I always mention, these are my thoughts. I'm not paid for any of this, and I'm going off of Fragrantica for the notes and what I smell. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, don't give me a thumbs down. Just let me know why in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe. Most of you guys watching this video are now subscribed. And if you want to come back and see more videos of other fragrances that I have, please subscribe so you can be notified when I upload these videos. If you like this format better for reviews, and then me personally being in front of the video for first impressions, please let me know in the comment section. Other than that, thanks for watching and have a great day.